Oh no!
Hey YouTube, it's Faye, and for today's video, this was unplanned. My TPMS light went off for the second time in a couple months, and it's on the same frickin' tire, so that means that there is an issue. So we're gonna find it today, and that's what today's video is about. Let's get right into it.
Oh no! What is up? What do you say? Continue driving at a maximum speed of 80? I don't think so. We got places to be. No, just kidding. But let's see what's going on. All right, so we're gonna go down here to menu, tire pressure menu. Oh no! This one, that's funny, that's the only one in the sun, so it's the only one that's warm. But this one actually gave me a problem before Tail of the Dragon. It was down to 35, and then I inflated it back up again, and nothing happened since. So I must have a super small leak. So all right, let's check this out. It doesn't really look low. Huh. Well, maybe this is off a little bit, but it definitely is low. So I'll pump it up.
Alright, so after a quick inspection, I'm not seeing anything actually in the tire that's causing this to go low. But this is the second time I've had low pressure. It's happened over the past 5,000 miles, so it topped it off, but it's continuously this one. It's happened twice now to this one. So the air has to be escaping from somewhere, right? I'm gonna show you how I check for tiny little pinhole leaks in tires. So to begin with, I'm gonna remove the wheel. I'm gonna get my wheel lock key out of the glove box. I'm gonna loosen the lug nuts before I lift the car up in the air. And I have my 17mm socket on this breaker bar. And general rule of thumb for any wheel lock keys, you never wanna use power tools on them. So you wanna always do them by hand. Getting that initial loosened so that I'm not fighting myself once the car's up in the air. I'm gonna get the wheel off and grab my soapy water. Oh my wood. My car is so low, my wood does not fit underneath there. My shop is very small, so we do what we can with the space. I was gonna put her up on the quick jacks, but we just need this one side. And we don't need to put her way up in the air, just high enough to get this wheel off of the ground, which clearly it is. Just removing the wheel lock key by hand. And of course, lug bolts. We know why, but we're not gonna say it. For the rest, just go ahead and use my power tool to speed it up. But because lug bolts, we're gonna run out of battery. All right, as I was saying, because lug bolts, just wanna make sure that you support the wheel for that last one coming off. I just like to have both feet and then a hand, especially if they're really nice wheels like these. Now, with my limited space, let's get out of the way here and let's move this wheel to an area where we have a little more space. Now that I've got it off, I can already see that there's a couple places that might be suspect. There's another spot here, which is much smaller, another bigger spot here, and here are all potential places that I could be losing a little bit, maybe there, but that looks maybe just surface. And I've got some inner edge wear. I'm gonna have to replace these tires soon. All right, no big deal. I inflated this tire fully last night and it has not gone down at all. So we're just gonna do a little experiment and see if we can't see where our leak is coming from. All right, so the first thing I'm actually gonna do is, don't hate me, overinflate the tires just to make it a little bit easier to push that air out and maybe see this leak. Now we're just gonna start out with a little bit of soapy water out here on the pavement. Hope I can make some bubbles. If that doesn't work, we're gonna put our wheel, we're gonna try to submerge our wheel in a bath. Weirder things have happened, people, weirder things have happened. Actually, that was a special service tool we had at the dealership. So normally, right now I'm inflated to 40 PSI because my tires are warm. Normally just kind of keep them around 37 PSI. And I am gonna start by inflating
up to 55 psi. There we go. Obviously doing the front face first, and then I'll flip it over to the back face and obviously put the wheel on something that's not gonna damage the rim. And you never know if it's the bead, so I'm gonna start with the bead. Now, in case you're wondering what's in here, this is a little bit of ivory liquid dish soap and water, and that is it. As you can see, what I've got going on right here is this nice evenly spread, not too many bubbles, but it's obviously bubbling up. I don't actually have an exact formula of, ratio of water to soap or anything like that. Also, make sure to get around the valve stem. A lot of times I've seen the valve cores be the suspect, especially on these cars with TPMS sensors. Not just the valve stem itself, but there's also a little rubber O-ring here at the base. And then of course you can actually have the innards leak as well, but looks like we're doing good. It looks like there's a lot of soap around there, but that's okay. What we're looking for is any new bubbles appearing. And now if you have a vehicle lift, this is something that you can do when the wheel is still on, of course. It's actually a lot easier that way if you've got a car up on a lift, but I don't have a lift. I just got the quick jacks, which, are pretty awesome, but not super helpful for this application, especially when I'm filming, so. All right, I'm looking, but I'm not seeing anything on the front, so it's time to flip it over. Actually, what I'm gonna do is before I set it down, I'm just gonna, oh no! I think I found it. Crap, that is such a bad, I'm gonna have to replace these. There's very little soapy water on here, and it is doing a great job of showing me where this air leak is. Unfortunately, this is on the sidewall, so it's unpatchable. So I'm gonna have to order at least 2 new tires for the front, but that's okay. I'm just so glad that I decided to check this out and make a video about it before I went off to the Hot Rod Power Tour, because it would suck to be stuck on the side of the road with this. See that teeny tiny little hole? I would have never seen that if it wasn't for the bubble method. But look, you can tell when it's blowing little bubbles on its own how quickly it's growing, and also how it just looks like this little bloom of these tiny, tiny little bubbles. You can easily distinguish when you have a little pinhole like this from, when you're actually just spraying, you get more of these larger bubbles versus these little bubbles. So, man, I'm so glad that this worked out so well. You could actually see it. What a perfect example. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful. Next time you have a leak in your tire that you cannot possibly find, I hope you use this method. This is definitely a good video for me. I'm so glad I decided to check this out today. Looks like I'm not going to be showing you the reinstall. Looks like I'm going to be taking off the other wheel and putting these both in the back of Grim Repo and going and getting some new tires just in time for the Hot Rod Power Tour. So for those of you that are going to the Hot Rod Power Tour, I will be going in the Supra, so keep an eye out for me and come say hi. You can see me at the Motor Trend booth, the Toyota booth, and the eBay booth. So look forward to seeing y'all there, and thanks for watching this video as always. I will see you next week with another video. Bye! Hi, darling. Hi, Agatha. Hi, ladies. Hello. No, I do not have more cicadas. That was just a lucky catch. That was just a lucky catch. Hi, ladies. Hello. Hello. Oh, Thalia's molting. Hi, Demeter. Hi, sweetheart. Hi, darling. Hi, darling. Okay, see you later.